your Achilles injury.
Yes.
That's the people have no idea, right?
It's a tough injury.
So talk about going through that, and then on the flip side, talk about how impressive it is that KD went through that, and he's now doing what he's doing. Because the Achilles now, that's
Well, it was
a game changer.
It was a time where
Especially
you did
for a
that
fucking
injury.
herky jerky mother.
Yeah, it was a time where you had Achilles and they might have thought it was over.
It was over.
For sure. So my Achilles happened. My second year, I broke my foot. Like I got a screw in it. So it was that same. It was that same foot. But yeah, man, that was one of the biggest challenges of my life. My Achilles injury, because I was able. This was the first time in my life where it was out of my control. I have to have a summer where I don't play basketball.
Never did that before.
I'm dealing with stuff off the court with baby mamas and, money and family members and friends and things like that. So I'm just trying to figure out, I had to find myself again, through all that, because I was losing myself because I was too busy trying to make everybody else happy instead of,
Man, you find, and I think all of us can relate to that. Like you look around and you working your ass off, you made it to the NBA, and you should be excited and happy about the situation you in, and you look around and everybody else happy, but you ain't happy. It's crazy. Is it crazy? Real. I've been there, dog. Like, this is what I work for. This is what I dream for, and I'm here, and I look around and everybody else enjoying it more than me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't talk about. Like them dark nights, I tell people all the time, and I said this before, there was days, bro, I wouldn't leave my hotel room, Killer. You probably know this when we were playing together. It was days I wouldn't leave my hotel room in the dark. All day.
Stay in the house.
Yeah, all day. You know what I'm saying? And those are what people don't talk about. I think they see the parades, they see the trophies, they see the confetti, and they think it's like that all the time. That's like 2% of this. The other 98% of this is a grind. You traveling, you landing 2, 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? What people don't understand, it's not fun unless you win.
Man.
It's not. It's not fun unless you win, bro. And that's why I was so committed to winning, because I wanted the benefit of the work that I was putting in.
Yeah. Speaking of winning, 2013, you said you was going to get the Miami Heat in 6.
That's that good Cali bud. It's that good Cali bud. That's that gas.
I mean, the gas.
That's that gas. That good Cali bud. That's just floating around. It had to be. Now, they challenged us in the regular season. They did. They gave us all we wanted in the regular season. Yeah. But he gave us a little extra.
You know what's crazy? The Bucks actually did win in 6. They beat the Suns in 6. So actually, I was just speaking into existence.
That's all you were doing?
For the future.
That's
for the future.
Crystal ball over here.
We had no chance beating them. Oh my God!
Listen, you got the king riled up. You got they don't take it over. And Brian don't get riled up for whatever reason. The Brian skin.
Dwayne laughed. All that.
Yeah, we trapped the shit out you too, didn't we?
Yeah.
You remember me? I trapped your ass. As soon as you came, any pick and roll, I was on his ass like Huggies. Come on, you should come out this pick and roll if you want to.
Listen,
we trapped the shit out his ass.
Me and Monte came out on fire in the first half. Second half, it was quiet. I was like,
and we did that on purpose. We said Spo said if he get going, we're going to change the coverage. And you got going in the first half. And the second half, we say we're going to jump his ass.
It was over after that. I couldn't, man, yeah.
Bro, you was cold. Then you got, you know what I'm saying, obviously injuries and what you was a bucket, dog. Like, real shifty, can shoot, all 3 levels, can get to the basket, had the mid-range, can shoot the 3, you know what I'm saying?
He was another one every time he switched off, Elmo foul his ass. You're going to take the side out of bounds. You ain't finna dance on me.
We going to trap this. That's what we going to do. We going to put 2 to the ball and make somebody else beat us. That's what we going to do today.
That was that Scott Skiles, man. He had us in them sets. And that, Scott, shout out to Scott Skiles.
Yeah, I like Scott Skiles as a person. I don't know him as a coach, but he was a
hard motherfucker, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You liked it?
Mm-hmm. I just came because, remember, I had just came from Europe.
Yeah.
So I was getting cussed out in Italian languages. Yeah. All type of different languages every day.
Europe, did y'all have this in Europe where it was days where y'all just had conditioning days where y'all didn't even touch a basketball?
Yeah. I was
like, what the f is this? When I got there, I was like, what the f is I came to play basketball.
Yeah.
Jack?
My first 2 weeks, we had to play soccer.
Yeah.
Like it was no basketball. Like we had to play soccer.
Really. We went for a jog in the forest or some shit. Like, what? Like, where's the basketball? At the end of this jog, tell me it's a basketball court somewhere. We jogging to the court, right? Like, we know, what the f are we doing? We went 2 weeks, like he said, without touching a basketball, Killer. And I was like, what the f are we doing?
And it's 2-a-days.
Yeah, they still do 2-a-days too.
And
I stayed, and I don't know if you did this because what was the time difference?
Mine,
gonna be 6
Italy.
hours.
Did you ever adjust?
12 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was on some weird shit. I stayed on American time and tried to sleep during the day.
This motherfucker off the rocker.
I mean, for me, I always took shit to extreme. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I took this shit to extreme. I was like, I'm going back to America. don't even think about sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't even think about sleeping.
You ain't sleep until you get back?
No, I didn't kill her. I told you, I was like, Dad, I got to get out of here. But my auntie went with me. You said that you had people go with you. My aunt went with me to take care of me. Shout out Auntie Jackie, man. She took care of her boy.
And now for our NFL Futures segment brought to you by DraftKings. Mr. Haslam, I am going with over Joe Burrow, 4,150.5 yards. It's a little too early to have this conversation. I get it, UD, but here's what I'm saying. I think he's going to come back and have an epic year. But I don't know whose wide receivers are yet. It's going to be up in the air.
Yeah, I was just
That's where I'm
say,
at, bro.
Why is his over 4,150 and Lamar's over is 3,450?
Because Lamar will probably run for 3,450 too.
That's the conception, but Lamar doesn't run as much as people think.
He doesn't. So that's who you are. You're going with Lamar.
Lamar doesn't run as much as people think. I would go with Lamar. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if Joe Burrow is going to have T. Higgins next year.
Yeah, that's way too early.
Yeah, that's up in the air.
Mm-hmm. Draft hadn't been here yet.
So, yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, these numbers are less than the numbers he had this year. So that means they think Lamar going to get worse. Who the fuck put this up here?
DraftKings.
Well, that's bull. I don't agree.
Vegas
I'm taking the over.
You're taking the over on Lamar?
Yes,
I think it's a great bet.
Yes.
It's a great bet. I'm going over on Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That's our picks for the futures. Way too early to call, but that's our early future.
We just made it easy for ourselves. I took the black guy, he took the white guy. We made it easy for ourselves.
We sure did.
Made it easy for ourselves. Ebony and Ivory. Woody and Wesley.
And Ivory.
Yo, I got a question.
You guys, listen, let's go.
Ask that motherfucker.
So, life after basketball, we're all trying to figure out, I found my passion in fashion. You guys have your podcast and shows. What made you want to start a sports agency?
Well, when I got done, same with everybody. Like, you take a deep breath, it's like, what the fuck I'm going to do, right?
Yeah.
Got into college coaching. Loved it. I was coaching with Penny at University of Memphis. Dope. Someone approached me about doing a sports agency. I thought they were crazy. I was like, no way. But then I looked at the landscape of the sports agency world, and the fact that there's not more basketball people leading that charge was crazy to me. Awesome agents out there. I still think there's great agents out there. But when you look at the landscape, it's just like any other business you get into, right? You look at what you're going to keep competing against. Yeah. The best agents in the business right now, or the so-called best agents in the business right now, have been doing it for a long, long time. There needed to be some kind of a change and some kind of, I'm big on disruption. So I came in there. I wanted to build my agency like I would a basketball team. I wanted to be exactly like the other agencies, but they couldn't be like us, which is basketball-led. At the end of the day, man, like when you get done with a game, if it ain't family, who you calling, right? Up game, good game, you're calling your agent. Yeah. That's how so I just want to bring that basketball blend, and I was like, it's a perfect opportunity to come in here and do this and disrupt.
And with your experience in basketball, with the players that you sign, what some of the things you're able to warn these players about, like, that's coming that, that a lot of them, don't know?
Well, just like all of us on this couch, we've seen the good, bad, the ugly. Yeah. I tell people, man, like, I played 17 seasons, and the last 5 wasn't because I was the most talented. I wasn't. I couldn't hardly move, right? But I understood what my role was, and what your role is today might not be what your role is in 5 years, right? And so for any of these, especially the young kids, understanding routines, habits, the sooner you can pick up those things, the better you're going to be. And then understanding, okay, how do I get on the floor? Because playing time is like oxygen. If you don't have it, you're dead. Yeah. So how do I get on that floor? Okay, get out there, earn the trust. It might be 14 minutes today. Next month might be 18. Then it's 24. But it's just building those habits, routines, and having awareness. Who the f*** are you? Yeah. Right? Like, we played on the Miami Heat. Yeah. There was time we run around, we ain't gonna touch that rock. That's fine.
The little 12.
The little 12.
The little 12.
So like, that's the type of stuff I think, again, where the value of being on this side of it is you get that trust. And then through the pre-draft and stuff, I help train them. Like, I'm not asking them to do stuff that I didn't already do. Yeah. So like, if you can just do that and build the trust, like, you have a great chance. That's good questions. You can tell he's in the podcast, but he's throwing questions back at me.
That's a real good question.
I mean, that's just dope.
It is.
That's just dope.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. And then making it out of South Dakota, like, I didn't know that. One of my boys told me, man, you came from South. I'm like, so how the hell did you make it out of there? And how did you find?
Listen, I wish we had some clips of this. Like, people think I'd be exaggerating. I seen this play. We was in Vegas. I had never seen nothing like this before. He rebounded and outlet it to himself. He dribbled up the court. Yeah. He set a pick and roll for himself. He came off and shot a pull-up. He missed the pull-up, rebounded, and passed it back to himself and shot a 3. I don't even know what the other 4 guys were doing. But when I went back to Miami, I said, I seen this and it's a white boy that can hoop. Because where we from, we don't see it.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't see white boys that can hoop. And it's not a racist thing. I ain't racist. I love white people. My wife mixed. So it ain't a racist thing. This man, I ain't never seen this before. This is a unicorn. I told everybody I seen a white boy that is cold. Like, I seen this. And fast forward a year later, he ended up being my roommate at Florida. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of it, man, was I gave zero, right? Like I didn't, like none of that stuff really even mattered to me. It was just hoop. You know what I mean? Like, and I watched all the come fly with me shit. I just, basketball was my life. My mom and dad, my dad played, my brothers played, like my uncles played. Like it's all I knew. And in South Dakota, you either
real gym rat. Real gym rat.
You know what I mean? And so I was hooping. So it was like, but it was hard. The hardest part I had really is getting on the stages to show it, like the Vegas things, like those things. Like
You cooked.
That was the hardest thing because like
Teams
I had to be different for them to fly to South Dakota and see me play.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the only difference it was.
That's the first time you admitted that you was different. You always try to downplay when I tell this story. You do. You always try to downplay it. You always try to downplay it like I'm lying to these people. Now you admitting that you were different.
I was different in that aspect. Like I gave zero.
No, you were better than the guys that you played with. That's what you were different. Don't say that. You were better than them. This is the truth. Sorry, guys. He was better than y'all. Fellas, we all know when we've been away from home and it's been a long day, you get that text from your lady. Can't wait to see you tonight, baby. I miss you. When you laying in bed after a long night, she roll over and toot it out for you. Let you know it's Mr. Nasty time. Had that roll sparks on deck, boy. Time to show up and show out and handle your business. You don't, somebody else will. Gentlemen, we all know what spring brings. Sun's out, buns out. Get to spend a couple days on the beach with your woman, getting all those nasty thoughts in your head. Roll spa stay in your system for 36 hours. So every day you out there, you can finish the night strong, boy. Handle your business. It's cheek clapping time. Roll Sparks is a 2-in-1 treatment, fellas, for stronger, harder, longer erections. They hit that bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue. Getting hard faster means more sex, my boy. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average, player. Roll Sparks gives you the boost to last longer. More fun for both of y'all. Might be able to try something. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready with Roll Sparks. Roll Sparks connects guys with medical providers 100% online. So there's no awkwardness, no embarrassment, just a full conversation on how you can be your best version. If approved, treatments shipped directly to your door, playboy. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Roll Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/OGs to find out if prescription Roll Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/OGs for $15 off that package. Who's scoring big this NBA season? You are, with all new ways to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
From monster slams to dishing the rock and to cleaning the glass, get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of the NBA player props.
Here's something special for all you first-timers out there. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly.
Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes.
Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code OGs. The crown is yours.
That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.